I'm Cage Warriors lightweight champion and Pastor Polonia George Hardwick, and today we'll be looking at this fight between one of the greatest at kickboxing ever, two-time K1 World Max champion Masato in the orange shorts versus someone who was an IBC and IBF boxing champion who moved over into kickboxing, and you can see right away the complete difference in pacing. So Masato fights usually three-minute rounds. It's very different from that 8, 10, 12 3-minute rounds. Masato opens up very quickly with the combinations he's known for. There he hits one of his most key combinations, uppercut, and pushes away with both hands. He throws his knee up and then drops a right hook behind the ear. He's just finding all these different ways around the conventional boxing guard of Virgil Calcloda. So, we're seeing this difference in guards. Virgil Calcloda with a more textbook boxing guard, and Masato, he's pushing his hands out there. He didn't like the range he was at, so he pushed to get in a low kick, and then he hit a jab and an uppercut. He's really looking for that uppercut because of the conventional guard of Virgil even, because it fits through the middle. He's finding all these different ways. See how he doubled up on his backhand there very quickly? An overhand right to a right uppercut. Completely different angles, and it's very difficult to throw that combination, but it's hard to block because it gets your arm going in completely different directions. There he taps to the head with a hook and then digs the hook into the body. Lots of little pushes. A really good check by Virgil there, which was obviously something he must have put a lot of training into, coming over from boxing. And there's a classic Masato combo. He hits the body shot and then goes into the uppercut. Lots of little uppercuts through the middle. He doesn't turn fully his body over. He doesn't really load them up. He just drops his arm and then pulses it in. He doesn't really load it up too much. There he goes right straight, right uppercut. It's difficult to go right uppercut, right straight, and it's really difficult to go right straight, right uppercut. But he can do it so quickly because he doesn't throw his full body into it. There he pushed away with double palms 3 times. And then on the third one, he pushed and went uppercut through the middle. Uppercut, and then he pushes with his left hand. That's the key with uppercuts. You've got to have as many ways to exit after your uppercut as you have ways to land it. There he feinted the right knee and landed the left knee. Jab and pushes away. We are seeing him get hit here quite a few times when he tries to push away. That's one of the downsides of that push. If someone's got a high guard, it's really good to stop them returning, just like that. But you can get hit with that left hook there as you're extending your arms out. If you're pushing out at the wrong time, you can get hit with that left hook or uppercut through the middle. We're seeing Virgil adopt this Joe Frazier guard, a very old style cross guard, possibly to deal with it being pushed on, and he's landing that really good left hook here. Masato's having a moment of confusion as he's going for the same pushes, but the guard's different. He's having to push at a different point, and it's not causing the same displacement. And then Virgil's landing that left hook as he goes to reach for the push. But that doesn't stop Masato from trying. There he goes, jab, left uppercut, and misses with an overhand right. And he uses the inside low kick as well. As a boxer, Virgil's got to, as anyone, it doesn't matter if you're a boxer or anyone, you've got to kind of extend your stance into your punches so you've got weight to transfer between your feet and you can actually land solid punches. So if your feet are together, you've got to make that step in. You've got to make that step in at cover distance, set your feet to transfer power into your shots. That inside leg kick is a really good way to take that away. Here, Masato's normally an orthodox fighter, but as he retracts that left knee, he just steps southpaw for a second and lands a really good right hook over the temple. Here, really slow-mo body hook, and then pushes away. He ties his pushes in with his punches. There's a downside of that push and that frame. As he went to do it after the liver shot, Virgil returned with a left hook. As you go to extend your arms to push someone away, you've really got to be aware of that left hook around the outside or that uppercut through the middle. The body kick as well, although Virgil doesn't really have the body kick as an established threat. And it's not really in his arsenal to be hitting those no-switch body kicks that close as well. There's a good example, Giorgio Petrosian versus Robin van Roosmalen, where Petrosian, he's against a short fighter, he's trying to knee and push away. As he extends, Roosmalen hits him with an uppercut. There's very fast exchanges again. Masato threw a naked leg kick and got hit with the right straight as he extended on that leg kick. But again, Virgil's back to this textbook boxing guard, so Masato's looking for as many different ways around it as he can. There he circles off, really good footwork, always preach. Never step more than 2 times backwards, and then circle off before that. He goes left hook to load the weight onto his leg so he can't check the low kick. Even if someone blocks the left hook, with their classic guard, especially in kickboxing, you move their weight onto the leg and they can't really check the low kick. There's a push, and as Virgil's guard came up, it made the space for Masato to hit a switch kick. That was a really nice little combo, a liver shot into a right uppercut, but it's quite an open combo, so be careful when you throw that. Masato again goes liver shot, hangs around a little bit and gets caught. It's kind of like Masato's got an amazing left hook, but one of the openings you leave with a left hook if you're really going for it is your opponent's left hook. Especially if you're holding this guard that Masato is, where it's not as strict as Virgil's. So it's not as strict as Virgil Caucloda's guard, but it gives him way more freedom to throw from different angles and throw through the guard. They're exchanging jabs, trying to parry and jab back, parry and jab back. He tries to throw his hook off the jab, although it wasn't set up as much. And there's one of the key moves that Masato does as well, another setup for his uppercut. He'll actually switch stance, and the moment he switches stance and that weight loads onto his right foot, his lead leg then, he'll throw that uppercut. Again, overhand, right uppercut. It really catches people off guard. People sometimes see that right uppercut, right overhand, but it like catches people off guard the other way really well. Again, pushing away. Whenever he just doesn't like the engagement, the way they tie up close, he'll just push away. It makes it very difficult to deal with. There he's going switch into the right uppercut. The right uppercut didn't land, so he hit the right hook over it. The right uppercut didn't land, but it made the opening for that right hook. Pushing away to make that angle for the leg kick. Again, using the inside leg kick against the closest target as Virgil extends on his jab. There he goes, jab and hook, and Virgil is responding and landing a lot of really good shots. Masato has a really good chin, and we saw that throughout his career. He's framing. Sometimes he uses that push. See how he used that push to make Virgil turn away, and that exposed his hamstring for the low kick. He got hit on these left hooks again, because as Masato's extending, he does leave that opening for the left hook. He would leave an opening for a body shot as well, but Virgil didn't really capitalize on them. So again, in these tie-ups, they come head to head, and where a lot of times you see people just rest there a long time in these boxing matches that are 8, 10, 12 rounds, Masato has no intention of doing that. He just pushes away, gets his kick off, pushes away, and gets his punches off. There, into the end of the round. Sometimes you look at a really high-level kickboxer like a Masato, and you think, why is he throwing naked low kicks? And really, he's not. He's timing the step. He's timing when people are either stepping out to that side and trying to circle off and their weight is bearing on that leg, or timing when they're stepping the jab. Liver shot and push away. Again, a liver shot. I love a liver shot, but you leave yourself open when you do it. You've got to be able to have those exits. And one of the easiest exits, especially when you've got these gloves, is just push away. But that's the risk of it. He tried it there and got a little bit tall as he did it, and he ate a left hook right hand. It's an insane chin Masato had. He went in some wars with Artykshenko, Andy Sauer, and he managed to get back up after some insane knockdowns. When he won the tournament it was 2008, I think it was, where he beat Yoshihiro Sato and Artykshenko. He took an 8 count in both of those fights, and they were both 4-round fights with the extension round. And it's very mind-blowing. Anyway, into the last round. So Masato's probably had the higher output, and if it was a longer fight, this is where Virgil would really start to amp the pace up between rounds. But he's got that boxing pace, that professional boxing pace he's developed his full career. Now Masato's going to look for this switch kick, and because Virgil's got that guard, he can kind of get it away with impunity. There's the knockdown. It's very easy to miss, because unfortunately with this camera, the referee steps in the way just at that time, but we'll watch it on the slow-mo. See, because Virgil had really good checks there, he actually started to check on the front foot really well. And it's actually as Virgil tries to return with his own low kick, he gets hit with a right cross before his foot even leaves the floor, hit with a really solid right cross. And we'll move on to the slow-mos there. This is a really, really good Masato performance, one of his best, and it's one of the best displays of his combination punching. And what made Masato? Combination punching, left liver shot to left uppercut, throwing combinations around people's guard, that right uppercut, doubling up on the same hand, really fast low kicks by just timing people's steps, and that pushing away. See there, he hits a right hook, and there's actually a fraction of delay before Virgil tries to throw his low kick, and it's as his leg comes off the floor, he really throws himself back violently. It was kind of because Masato threw 2 or 3 low kicks early in the round, even if in your brain you're a boxer, you might just want to return with a low kick. So a good thing you can try sometimes is if you want to counter, but someone's not throwing you a particular shot. Say if you want to counter someone's right low kick, throw quite a few right low kicks yourself, and then try and make yourself look a bit presentable to that right low kick, because it entices them to throw it. A lot of times you throw a knee to the body, you throw a right knee to the body in the clinch, someone's going to throw a right knee to the body back and try and answer with the same shot that you hit them. You hit them with a left hook, they'll try and throw a left hook back, which can make it a bit more predictable. If you see your opponent tries to answer back like that, you can use that as a way to make the counter easier. Because trying to counter someone who's throwing, so many articulations at you, hands, knees, feet, elbows, and then if you mix takedowns into it with MMA as well, it's very tricky. But if you kind of give them the inception, you throw a strike at them and land it, there's that feeling that they might throw that same strike back. Anyway, what do we learn from this? That push away guard is a really good way to deal with that high guard that people do. So if someone's having a high guard and you just want to stop them countering, you hit that body shot, you hit that uppercut, push them away, especially when it's legal. Sometimes people start getting warned about it in glory kickboxing, but I don't know why, because it's not really a rule. The best kickboxers are like Masato and George Hardwick. 90% of their fights, the ones not in glory, they're just allowed to push on people's guard because it stops the clinch. It's not a rule that you're not allowed to push the guard. It's ridiculous. But you can use that push to make space and defend yourself after those liver shots, uppercuts, especially in MMA when you want to stop people's takedowns. And on top of that, you just got to be aware when you do it that you do open yourself up to that hook around the guard, possibly the uppercut if you crouch into the push, and the body shot. We didn't really see it here. A lot of good Thai guys like when people extend that guard to try and push them away because they just sneak the kick up or the knee up into that floating rib, that opening that's just been made. If you like the breakdowns, consider supporting the Patreon, or just save that $2.50 a month for, I don't know, an extra steak, bacon, a coffee, because that's probably what I would do. But there's some exclusive training footage on there, exclusive techniques, and see you later.